guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Office Blow Daz.
I'm Gaynor.
Okay, we're going to carry on a little bit about our tours of America and what we did in America, and Sophie and Aidan have got some questions they want to ask us about our time living in America. I know a lot of people were interested in stuff we did, how we lived over there, where we lived, what we did for jobs, and all that kind of good stuff, raising children. So there's a massive difference when you move anywhere overseas. Do you know, it's even when we had to change again when we moved from the USA back into Europe. We moved from Houston, Texas to Rotterdam in the Netherlands, and that was very different
very
again.
Different. It's like going back 20 years.
Yeah, and then moving from Rotterdam in the Netherlands to Abu Dhabi in the Middle East.
Yeah.
So being like that, that cultural change again, sort of thing. So it was very difficult. But yeah, living in America. Go on, Aid. Have you got some questions for me you want to ask?
Well, I've got like some tweets that like certain people have put out.
Right. So just of interest that you want to know about what our version of it is.
Yeah, I wouldn't not about like what you think, or about if it's like true as well, because you probably know.
Mm-hmm.
We start off with someone said, why do Americans always answer how old are you with a grade, like if they're in school, for example?
Yeah, it's kind of like for me that kind of points to their sort of like. Give me an example.
Yeah, it's like their education, in first grade, and then we would wonder, well, how old is that?
Yeah.
I always guided it by you had 5 years on, so in first grade, I think you'd be 6 years old.
Yeah, some people say I'm six, they'd say I'm a 7th grader.
Yeah.
When you say how old are you, I'm a 7th grader. Yeah, I know what you mean. So for a foreigner that comes overseas, I'd have to follow that question up with, I'm not sure how old that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's a tough one, that, because it's, again, especially if you don't have children, which we didn't when we first went over. So if that's welcome to the family. You're talking to someone. They say, "How old are your kids?" Well, he's a 4th grader and he's a 9th grader. Yeah. And I'm like, I still don't know how old I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't answer the question, but it's a very American thing, that thing.
Yeah, we do first year, second year, third year. Well, we had
like
year
we do
1
year
to 6.
If someone asked me how old I was, I'd still say my age.
You say your age, yeah.
You would, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I think even if I see kids now, you're like at a football field or whatever, and your kids are playing football and you're picking teams, and you say, "How old are you?" and they go 9, 11.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They wouldn't say like I'm year 5.
I think because in the States,
Exactly.
I'd send them off and be like, "Go."
You can't go to the next grade until you finish that grade.
Yeah.
So, how do you?
So if I said to someone who's a bit slow, like, how old are you? And they were like, "Oh, I'm a 5th grader," but they were like 28.
Yeah.
It doesn't really work, does it?
No,
You know what I mean?
I don't think it's that bad. But I know in Abu Dhabi, the classes had anywhere between 1 to 3 years.
Yeah, there was a difference. It was grouped together, especially for the local families, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Not so much their age group.
No.
No,
but in Declan's class there was 2. He was like 2 years older than somebody else in his class.
Yeah, but some of them I guess some of them were just local children, well, Arabic children.
Yeah. It depends which country as well. If you come from South Africa, they don't start school till 7.
Yeah, correct. Go on, Aid.
Why do Americans say stand online, but British people say stand in line?
Well, we don't really say stand in. Well, we
say queue up.
Queue up, yeah.
So you've got on, in, and up.
No, but if you ever said get in the line, you wouldn't say get. You would say like stand in the line, not on the line.
Get in the
Not
queue.
on the line, yeah.
I'd say get in the queue.
Yeah, we call it a queue.
Yeah, we
not
call
a
it
line.
queue. Yeah.
We don't. I mean, I use the term line, because we say line up.
Yeah.
When we're doing the football sheets, we put the line up.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. So it's. But what did the Americans say? Stand on line.
Stand
online.
Yeah, because I guess that makes sense as well, because you kind of like standing on the line.
But there's no actual line.
There's no line. You're not standing on it. Yeah. You're in the line. Yeah.
So that's it's like the kids in school, like why you're not standing in the line, like why you're not in the line.
Yeah, not on
That's
the
what
line.
it is. Yeah, I guess that's again tough one, tricky one, because
you just don't really know.
as soon as someone got it wrong one day and it stuck. Someone went, stand on line. I thought it was in line.
Yeah,
And everyone, but this guy was more senior, so everyone just went, yeah, stand on line. We'll go with that.
Why do British people only use WhatsApp and not just like text people, like your message on
You don't have to pay.
I use both. For me, WhatsApp I use if someone I've got contacts and stuff like with the WhatsApp. If someone says, "Can you message me?" or "Can you WhatsApp me?" I have to put the number in and then add all the contacts in before I can WhatsApp them. I just text them, sort of thing. But you do have to. Yeah, it's free, isn't it? WhatsApp.
Yeah.
It's like send pictures and videos and stuff.
Yeah,
it's
I use
all
if I'm sending like content to somebody, I use WhatsApp.
Yes.
I try and use WhatsApp best. But is that just British people that do that? Is it?
Apparently.
I don't know what they do in America, what's popular in America, but I think WhatsApp's popular in the USA as well.
Yeah.
Probably.
I think it's like the biggest thing to use as far as like communication goes with messaging.
Yeah, or Facebook Messenger.
Yeah, I think WhatsApp's the biggest. I just use it for my groups that I'm on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And I get some proper
naughty stuff
on there. Yeah.
Do British people actually say bloody like unironically?
Yeah,
they do.
you do all the
They do.
time.
I do a lot, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people go, if you're telling a story, people go, bloody hell.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. And the more serious it gets, the more louder the
Yeah.
bloody hell. Isn't it?
Yeah, I've noticed Aidan says it quite a lot. I don't really say it.
No, mine's
The F
usually
word.
the F word, yeah. I substitute that with the F word. Yeah. But it's more of the word bloody
It's
kind
like
of means
swearing,
like,
but it's not. But
Oh,
you say
yeah.
it's the word you can say that it's not a swear
Yeah,
word.
it doesn't really
Yeah.
offend a lot of people.
it's like, you know, if someone says like, because there's two meanings to it as well, because you punch someone in the nose and they go, oh, I've got a bloody nose. Right?
Wait.
And then they'll go, I've got a bloody nose, bloody hell. Do you know what I mean? With two different meanings. You know what I mean? So I don't quite understand the phrase of bloody hell. Or I've bloody done something.
I'll tell you something
Or
I
you
found
see
really
two
strange.
Asians arguing, it's bloody, 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 bloody. You bloody.
No, I'll tell you something that I found very strange. When I had children, in the UK you have a child and then you go to the doctors. In the States, you interview for a doctor.
Yeah, I remember that. I found it a bit weird.
So
I
before...
was just like, there's a doctor, he'll do.
Yeah, so before children are born, you then interview paediatricians for your child. And then you choose
The same
who
doctor.
you want to go.
The same doctor delivered both Aidan and Declan, but in two separate hospitals.
That's so
What, just by
strange.
chance?
No.
No, because
He was-
it
he
was
was
like
our doctor.
our doctor. So
Oh,
when
so
I got
he doesn't work
pregnant,
for a specific hospital.
no, he's.
I don't know how it works, the medical system over there.
No,
It's very complicated.
When you're a doctor, you have different hospitals that you work in.
You more like
I think
freelance
it's under-
kind of thing, like you're on a list.
No,
but-
I think what it comes down to
Well,
as
it's
well
all
is
me-
what medical
medical
care,
care.
what medical
Insurance.
insurance you have.
So
So
they
we-
work more for like insurance companies.
So what we did when we
Yes.
looked at medical insurance, we wanted to make sure that the hospitals that were close to our house were covered on that medical insurance.
Policy, yeah.
Right.
So the policy. So when we knew that when we were having babies, obviously, so we had to get Gaynor to the hospital. I wasn't travelling for 40 miles.
Yeah, but you actually interview doctors when you're pregnant, and you choose the doctor you want, and then when you've had the baby, you interview. Well, before you've had the baby, you interview for a paediatrician, who then comes to the hospital to check the baby over before they go home.
Yep. Do you want to hear a funny story about when Gaynor was pregnant with Declan? And she went into labour, and I'm not allowed to talk to the doctor, you're not allowed. She has to call up to explain what her contractions are going through and how she's feeling and all this, and explain, and they tell you whether you have to come in. They say, yeah, it sounds like you're going into labour.
Yeah, what he said to me was, you'll know you're in labour when you can't talk through the contractions.
Yeah.
And so
So-
I called up to say, I think I'm in labour. Come.
So we had to get in the car and drive to the hospital, which was only about, it was very close. When we lived in Howell, and the hospital was in Freehold, Central State, and Gaynor was going like, women having contractions, all like, ooh, giving it all, making all these, I couldn't stop laughing. And I was driving, and I had my hand across my face, like, and I was going, I just,
She's like, I'm
it was
literally dying.
it was uncontrollable. I'm crying, tears are rolling down my face through laughter. And it was just uncontrollable. I don't
think
know.
it was
come on.
nerves.
I don't know what it was. I just could not stop laughing. And she's like, I can see you laughing. Yeah, it was a weird one, that,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
I think it was nerves.
Possibly. But it was funny.
I've got one here that I actually can't realise. I was watching a video on my phone about the World Cup, and like they were asking Americans, "What country are you from?" And they would always reply with their state. If you asked American where they're from, what country you're from, it would always be their state.
Do you know what?
Even if there was like a British, so I'm just saying, if we started saying like what city we're from, that would confuse them. That would throw them way off. They wouldn't have I'm not saying it's like everywhere. Obviously, a lot of people.
No, but you know what it is in the USA, what I find, right, is there's certain things that go on regionally and even locally that are kind of like a little bit sort of like funny. It's kind of like a little bit funny where you sort of like go, I'll say to someone in New Jersey, for example, I'll say, where are you from? And they'll go, exit 105.
Really?
I swear to
Yeah.
God, that's what they'd say.
Yeah.
And then you knew then it was Eatontown.
Yeah.
So they didn't have to say Eatontown. Everyone give where they were from off the exit, off the Parkway.
So I'd be like, oh, I'm
So-
from like Junction 1 on the M60.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people would say like, so I used to say, and the mad thing was, someone would say to me, oh, where do you live? And I'd say, where are you from? And they go 105, and I go, I'm 98. And it was kind of like, you followed up with that, and it's, and people you say, the meeting point was always like, when we were going on football matches, we go meet somewhere, and everyone will say, right, we're all meeting at 1:05. And I was like, I don't even know what that means. I'm like, excuse me, what's 1:05? And everyone will be like, he's British. But yeah, but they're so proud of where they're from as well, people. And they're more proud of the state than they are probably the town they're from. Because you might find if you're from, when we lived in New Jersey, if someone said, you know, you're from New Jersey, you'd say, yeah, when the people say whereabouts, and I'll say Monmouth County. But then if you want to narrow it down, you'd start talking about Freehold or Howell or wherever you were from in that county. But a lot of people won't know them little towns sort of thing. So they'll go, oh, what's it near? And then you just say, from New Jersey. Especially if you travel somewhere, I'm from New Jersey, I'm from Texas, or I'm from...
And also, we used to live quite close to the beach. And so when we first moved there, somebody said, oh, the Bennies are coming. I'm like, what the hell
I don't remember that. I vaguely remember something like that.
I don't remember. I was like, what the hell are the Bennies? And then I realised it's people from New York that come in the summer to go to the shore.
Yeah.
Like, the Bennies are coming. I was like, is this like some invasion?
Was an invasion. But yeah, I think people are proud, and it's more, for them, it's more, the USA is so vast and big. You imagine someone saying, I'm from Europe.
It's the same size as America.
It's the same size. So if someone says, I'm from Italy, it's only like someone saying, I'm from Illinois.
Yeah, I know, but I was talking to someone last night as well about it. I was, when like an American goes like on holiday to Europe, they would always say I'm travelling to Europe.
Yeah.
You wouldn't say I'm going to Italy. I'm going to Italy. I'm going to France.
Go to Bolton, or you
because a lot of the times they travel around.
They travel to different places. But if you go to if they go, for example, if they just go to one place, like friends go to London for a week.
Yeah.
They'd say I went to Europe.
Yeah.
Well, they wouldn't say England. They wouldn't say London.
The thing about the USA as well is with Americans, they think 100 miles is nothing.
Yeah.
But they also think 100 years is a long time. Whereas we think 100 miles, I'm like, nah, can't be asked doing that, it's miles away.
Yeah.
Then I'll do that for an away game, you know, football.
Yeah.
But 100 years is like, it's not, 100 years is nothing in this.
And a lot of Americans don't have a passport because it's so big, America, that they stay within their own country.
Even years ago, I don't know if it still applies now with since 9/11 and things like that. But when you used to fly down to like the Caribbean to certain places, what was that?
Aruba.
Aruba. A lot of people used to go to like places like Aruba or different places in the Caribbean, and you only needed ID to fly.
Not a passport.
So you didn't need a passport, yeah.
I don't know if it's changed.
So yeah, it might have changed by now. I'm not sure on that. People let us know, but yeah, a lot of people didn't, because so much to do and see in the USA.
Yeah.
When we lived in the USA, we didn't want to travel anywhere else. We wanted to explore the USA because there's some fantastic parts. I mean, people always think places like Michigan, for example, is like, and I was one of them. You know, because you hear about cities like Detroit or places that are downtrodden and they're not great. You know, they're all like industrial cities that have kind of come to an end. But then you go in sort of like certain parts of Michigan, it's probably some of the most beautiful places on the planet.
Yeah, there was that place we were going to go to where you had to get like a boat to it.
Yeah, it was one of the islands, wasn't it?
Yeah.
In the
and it had all different hotels and guest houses and inns.
I can't remember the name of the island now, but it was no motor vehicles on the island. But there's some places there that are just like absolutely stunning. I'm not just talking about Michigan, I'm talking in general, because you'd say, when I first went to the USA, I remember talking about on another video where all my parents were going like, all my parents, both of them, got loads, got two. I was saying we're going to live in New York, and like, oh, it's not safe. And I'm like, what do you mean it's not safe? Of course it's safe. I've been. And they're like, no, you can't go, don't go and live there. That'll be the end, you'll get killed.
I think what it was is in the 80s, there was a lot of violence in New York, and so everybody remembers that. And then
in the 80s, there's a lot of violence in Moss Side.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying that's what they remember. And so they were thinking that we were going into like,
Yeah, but if anyone's watching and they're talking about going to visit the USA, it's a great place, absolutely stunning place to go and visit. Yeah. And there's everything you can get and everything you would ever want in one country.
Yeah, and it's great to raise children.
You can go skiing, you can go to the beach, you can do, you can go in the ocean, you've got all the ocean stuff to do, you've got everything, you've got mountains, you've got parks, you've got, deserts. You name it, you've got deserts, you've got everything you want in that country.
And 4 seasons.
Yeah. And if you want to try a little bit of different culture while you're there, you can fly a couple of hours from certain areas and go into Mexico and go and see Mexico City. If you want that hustle and bustle of a major, busy sort of like area and a totally different culture, go to Mexico. Yeah. And then you can even go further on and start seeing South America, Central South America. Or you can go north of the border and see our cousins in Canada.
Yeah.
My friend's over in Canada at the minute. I've seen his family. And
another beautiful country.
Beautiful place, yeah.
Yeah, he said he definitely lived there.
Yeah.
Or America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, does that answer some of your questions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll try and do a few of these shorts a little bit, sort of like go through it, and if people want to see it, that is, we'll go by, we'll judge on the views, I guess, in the comments. But don't forget, like and subscribe. Get over to the video where we're giving money away as well. We're giving $500 away just before Christmas. We're giving away on the 23rd of December. Just go into the videos, look for the giveaway video. All the details are on there, what you need to do, and get entering. And we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.